Hi, everyone. Stephen Hurd with Keller Williams Real Estate here in beautiful Orange County, California. And I'm excited today because I'm here with a special guest, Julia Hurley in Knoxville, Tennessee. Julia, tell us about yourself, your business, and we got a fast talker on the line, folks, so you guys got to keep up.
Keep up, everybody. I'm Julia Hurley, Knoxville, Tennessee market. Just got off the golf course about 3 hours ago. I've had an outstanding day. A little bit of, I know it's great. It's a great day. Great way to start the Easter weekend off, playing a little golf outside, helping some charities out, which is one of our biggest pushes. So Knoxville market, currently a little over 100 transactions completed per year. Myself and one buyer's agent. So we definitely streamline some processes here, create some efficiencies, and use command at all potential possibilities. So that's just a little about our business. Send anything our way that says Tennessee, we'll find out where they need to be.
Awesome, you rock. And I've sent some referrals over to Julia. She's an awesome gal. And just for kicks and giggles, how long have you been in the business, Julia?
This will be my 5th year, June 1st. So I actually started June 1st of 2014. So this will be 5 years for me coming up with Keller Williams.
Good for you. And are you as good at golf as you are at real estate?
Friend, I'll tell you, if I had the time to practice golf like I practice real estate, I might be, but today was fun.
All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and dive right into it and go with some seller objections. So I'm going to give Julia 3 seller objections. Number 1, why should I choose you? Number 2, will you cut your commission? And number 3, was going to give her, other agents said they can get me more for my home. So I'm not going to go easy on her, guys. She's a top producer. I'm going to grill her. And we're going to see how she handles this. And I've already role played with her before, so I know she's a fireball, confident, and she's going to do it with ease. So let's go ahead and go through it. Julia, I like you. I think you're a great agent. But, there's so many agents out there. Honestly, why should I choose you?
I really appreciate that. I think I'm a great agent too, and I think you're amazing, and I really like you too. So I want to start off by responding with that, and I really appreciate you saying that. You just built my ego, and you just made me feel so good about myself. Just being here with you in your home is such an honor. So let me just start out by saying, listen, you've known me for a little while. We've had a few conversations on the phone. I really dug deep, right? I dug deep to make sure that I came here prepared just for you and your family. All those calls, all those texts, all the questions that we went through together. And I definitely made sure that I dropped off that pre-listing package to make sure that you all knew where I was coming from, right? Great. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to look for all that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you've been very thorough.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that. And so you've been very responsive, which is a great way to start a relationship, wouldn't you think?
Definitely.
Great. So a little bit more about me, just to instill that confidence that I know that you're lacking. And I want to make sure that I'm the one that you choose today to sign this contract. Okay. So here, let's just go through some of our things in the pre-listing packet here that we went through to begin with. Obviously, every possibly can offer weekly feedback, touches, door knocks, campaigns, postcards. Those are an expectation. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think those things that we would expect.
Great. I'm so glad you do. Let me tell you what we're going to do on top of that. I'm going to price watch your house and every house around you. And while I'm doing that, I actually brought this with us. Her name is Kelly. She's going to send you a monthly update on just your house and just your neighborhood of every single home that's sold in the last week to 1 month, and all of the average price points. And that's geared specifically just for you. No other realtor can offer that today. I guarantee it. Second thing I'm going to do is make sure that I call you personally once a week to discuss with you any price improvements we may need to make or any questions you may have concerning your showings. I'm also going to personally contact every agent that sold a house in your market in the last 30 days in your price range and invite them to a personal broker open house and ensure that their buyers are taken care of with them if they can't make it, building even more trust with the agents in this market today. Does that sound like something that would be of interest to you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the other agents didn't mention anything about doing a broker preview, so I like that idea.
Great. Well, that's one of the additions. Another thing that I offer, as you know, I do sell commercial real estate as well. We do get quite a bit of information from the area businesses that are looking to relocate into the market. And you know, I sit on the IDB board here. You've asked me a few times, hey, Julia, what's coming down the pike? And when that Starbucks came, did I not call you first and let you know your home value went up 10% on average, according to the National Association of Realtors?
You know, you did, and since then we've gotten a lot of, you know, we've seen some appreciation in the neighborhood. So you're definitely an expert.
Great, and I appreciate you saying that. Again, you're just building my ego here, and I cannot wait to do more business with you. So listen, all of those things combined, plus the price watching, I'm not just going to place that sign in the yard and pray that someone else sells it. I'm actually going to price watch for you, and I'm going to prospect for you and with you, because I do involve my sellers in our advertising. I'll make sure to drop off personalized packets just like this with professional photography for you to hand out to your family and friends. Kelly is going to make sure that she sends you a monthly update on all the things in your neighborhood, so you become the neighborhood expert and all your friends in the area rely on you, just like you can rely on me. So what do you say? Let's sign this contract today and get that sign in the yard and get started on selling this amazing home.
You know what, Julia, I mean, gosh, you present a very compelling case, and you're such a sharp agent. I mean, I want to say yes, but you know, you've come in at a 6% commission, and you know, I just got to be honest with you. Joe Schmo with Flobo Realty said he was going to do it for 1.5, and I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars here. As much as I like you, I need that money to move.
Yeah, I agree. How much do you think that's going to cost you?
Well, I mean, the price of my home is $300,000, and so we're looking at about $1,500 in savings.
Okay, so $300,000. What's that house payment per se? I just want to make sure that I'm grasping the concept of what this other agent's truly offering, because I care about you and your family's home getting sold.
Well, unlike Steven in California, my house payment is probably somewhere around $1,000 a month.
Okay. And the marketing package that this agent offered for you for a 1.5% commission, did that offer any of the other things that I just mentioned that we're going to do with you?
Well, they did say they'd put it in the MLS. They were going to do photos, and they said, you know, they will do open houses the first 3 weeks it's on the market.
That is fantastic.
And, you know, we've really upgraded our home, and it's in a good location and a good neighborhood, and I just kind of feel like the home's going to sell itself.
Yeah, and that's a really great point. So let's go back to that website and let's go over what exactly we sent together. Do I have your permission to show this again to you?
Sure.
Awesome, because I really want to make sure we're on the same page. It's really important that we connect. So Kelly says that the houses in your neighborhood that are in the $300 to $350 price range, and you can actually see here as I pulled the comps off the MLS what the cooperating compensation was for the agents. So an agent that gets paid less than a 3% co-op, it actually takes that listing 90 days to sell. So in 90 days at $1,000 a month plus your utility bills, you're actually going to be spending more than if you just did our commission split up front. Wouldn't you agree?
I didn't even think of that.
It's going to be the same. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go a step further, and I'm even going to give you a choice. If your motivation is faster, you can do, and this is, I don't ever start out with the 6%, by the way. That's always the last conversation we have. So whenever they ask me for commission, I always say, you get to choose 6, 7, or 8%. You choose.
Cool.
And so when they come at me and say, oh, well, I'll take 6%, and the conversation there turns into either that conversation at, well, somebody said 1.5%. This is your house payment. This is the average time it takes to sell at this co-op commission rate, because you can pull those numbers and have them. What I actually say is I get paid the same regardless. This marketing package costs you the exact same regardless. But if you're motivated to get out of here in less than 30 days, that agent putting buyers in their car is commission only. And the more you pay them, the quicker they bring you an overpriced offer. So which one would you choose today? 6%, my advertising doesn't change. 7%, you're paying another agent more. My advertising doesn't change. 8%, you're paying someone to get you out of here in 30 days or less, and I up the marketing for you. Which one would you choose, 6, 7, or 8?
Gosh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'll stick with the 6%, but you know, we have a problem here, Julia.
I'm listening.
Well, you know, another agent said they would list our home for $399 and your price is $375. Now, that's a much different, you know, we're talking almost $25,000 that I could save if I listed with them. I would make more money. So help me understand.
Oh, of course. Happy to do that. So remember when we talked about our marketing package and how we manipulate the numbers through the National Association of Realtors and Zillow? Do you remember that conversation? Because I'd love to revisit it.
You know what? Run me through that if you don't mind.
Great. So I always have a piece of paper handy, and I always love to have this right here. So you know that every single person that goes on Zillow, and you've been on Zillow, right?
Yes. Yeah, I've been on Zillow.
Okay. So Zillow searches by whole numbers. So at the $399,000 price range, your home is actually not being advertised properly, and that agent is not doing you a service. So your home probably is going to sit more than that 30 days we had previously discussed. And I know that you don't want to pay another house payment and utility bill, do you?
No, definitely not.
So let's look at this together. If you have a $300,000, a $350,000, or a $375,000, and you list it at $351,000, the double search gets hit at the $350,000 to $375,000. Zillow, Realtor, Trulia, even Google search by $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, or $25,000 increments. So if I listed at the $375,000 and someone searches $375,000 to $400,000, your home gets hit twice. Double the searches each time. If you're taking on an agent that's saying this is the price, they don't know their marketing and they're not going to provide you with a service that I know I can. Wouldn't you agree?
You know what? Just take my money. I'm ready to list. Here.
Take my money.
Bravo. Okay, Julia, seriously, you are awesome. So number one, great freaking job on that. Number two, you're what I liked about what you do is you're really confident. No matter what I did, right, you use the proper sales process, which is you repeat and approve, you smile, you ask some questions, and you handle the objection. And you did that beautifully. And your tone of voice communicated to me that you sincerely wanted to help me. So that was really, really good. I just want for the people watching this, what I liked you did best was the why choose you. So can you kind of just summarize and break down how you did that again so that anyone watching this can know how to handle that?
Yeah, so one of the why choose me things is actually what I came up with around 4 years ago. And it was part of my value mission statement of these are the services that I'm going to provide. And basically what it was is know your zip codes, know your neighborhoods, know the counties that you're in, know the school districts, know the commercial realtors who have large commercial brokerages and can bring in commercial business. And I started to get to know those very specific things to a point where I could call on these large commercial brokers who we now do business together and say, hey, who's been touring? What's the IDB board or the industrial development board, wherever you are? That's a phone call. They're an elected position. They have to tell you who they're negotiating with. They don't have to tell you what, but they do have to say who. So get in touch with your local county commissioner, get in touch with your whoever and ask them, what are the businesses currently being recruited by the board? And then you can actually start a conversation with a commercial broker through that and just say, how many jobs do you think that'll be? Hey, I'm going to go on the National Association of Realtors, who does a ton of research for us, and say, this is a business that's being recruited. Starbucks actually does increase property values 10%. So that one was a huge one for our area to get. And that's just kind of how I work through that. And then I work it into a conversation. I will provide the knowledge that will bring you buyers because this, and this. I know the area, period.
So, Julia, from a practical standpoint, I know you always hear top agents say, I know the area, I know my market, right? For somebody who's watching this and maybe they're just starting in the business, what would you say are 3 things that they should track on a monthly basis to help them better educate their clients and give better information?
That's a great question. So if they're new, I think one of the things that's really going to impact every agent in the future is command. So you're going to be able to really narrow down every single home, every single neighborhood, every single month. And as long as a new agent, that you are capturing the correct information, name, mailing address, email, and phone number, that gives you the ability to retext that information to each of those people, call them, touch base with them, and let them know you are the area expert. Kelly and Command are doing the work for you. So as a new agent, I would heavily rely on the tech that we currently have available and get to know your zip codes. Memorize the zip codes. So for example, every 3rd year in one area of Knoxville, every 5th year on the other side of Knoxville is a school district rezone. So one road split a 10 out of 10 school district to a 6 out of 10 school district overnight. Everybody on that side of the street's home decreased in value overnight. I keep up with when the schools are going to redistrict, what roads they're going to redistrict, and I start calling the homeowners and say, this could potentially happen. This is where you might be relocated to. Would you like to talk with me now while we're advertising it as the 10 out of 10 and get this home on the market? How do you feel about that? And you sellers are like, let's go now, now, now. As a new agent, that's easy to do. So I would suggest that.
Great suggestion, Julia. And so anybody who's not with Keller Williams Realty and you're watching this and you're saying, what's Kelly, what's Command? Kelly is an app that we have that has built-in artificial intelligence that allows us to instantly get neighborhood statistics and insights and stuff like that. Not recruiting for Keller Williams, but just letting you guys know so you know what we're talking about. Secondly, here is a really simple system that newer agents can use as well. Inventory, active inventory, pending sales, days on market. Track that month over month. Right now in Orange County, there's about 6,200 homes for sale at any given time. Anything less than 8,000 homes means we're in somewhat of a seller's market. So I track inventory, then pending sales. Right now we have about 2,436 homes pending for sale in all of Orange County versus last year we had over, I think there was about 3,500. So because I track it, I can compare and I can have better conversations with sellers and say, listen, the reason that homes are sitting on the market longer is because there's a lot less buyers out there, which is why we need to be more aggressive on price. And then also days on market. Right now, there is, for homes under 750, 62 days average on the market before going into escrow versus last year was about 32. So the timing is almost doubled what sellers are used to, but I have visuals where I show them this. And these are just 3 simple stats, and I focus a lot of my conversation on that.
Comes in handy, 6, 7, or 8%. Do you want it to sit another month with California home rates? So what is your price out there? $5,000 a month for a house payment plus taxes. Do you want to pay that, or would you rather pay $3,200 extra in 1 month's commission? Let's go ahead and list this at 7, and let's get it sold.
Love it, love it. Okay, so why don't you give me the, will you take a 30-day listing agreement? And I think there was another one.
Yeah, it was,
another agent.
Can you get me more? And have you sold a house in my neighborhood?
Okay, so for time purposes, let's just focus on 30 days, listing agreement, and other agents said they can get me more.
Awesome. So I really appreciate you coming by the house, and I loved your pre-marketing package. You're very polished. You obviously look the part of a great agent, but I'm a little concerned. Another agent said they could get me more money, and I just want more money in my pocket. So what are you going to do?
Absolutely. That's a great question, Julia. First of all, I want to thank you for the compliment. That means a lot to me. And I want to say that it's been a pleasure talking with you as well. And I can see that you guys are sincerely motivated to move and to get to your next home. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, we're motivated enough. You're here, but I mean, we don't have to sell tomorrow or anything. I mean, we could sit on it if we know we can get more money. So
definitely. So let me ask you a question. Another agent told you that they could get you more money, right?
Mm-hmm. They did.
And what was it about their presentation that caused you to believe that their marketing was actually going to get you more money for the home?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't sell real estate. I don't market. I just think that, you're all professionals, right? They're a realtor, you're a realtor. So I just assume that you guys are just kind of trying to get the sign in the yard. But if they can get me more money, that's who we need to go with, wouldn't you think?
You know what? You definitely need to go with the agent who can get you more money. I completely agree with that. The question is, do they have a track record that shows that they get more money? Don't you think that's an important question to ask?
Yeah, I didn't ask that question. They didn't offer that information either.
Well, that's okay, Julia, because when we spoke on the phone, you remember how I told you, let me ask a few questions just to gain an understanding of what you're looking to do? And when we spoke, you mentioned that you were going to be interviewing another agent, one from Keller Williams, that was me, one from Redfin, and another from Remax, right?
Yes.
Now, I believe you said it was the Remax agent that said they could get you more money. So let me ask you this. I pulled up their stats through our CRMLS. So through our multiple listing service, we actually can see their track record and compare it to ours and other agents. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So as you can see, our team sold 68 homes last year. We're over here on the left. And we sold 68 homes last year. Now, every single listing sold, and we averaged 98.6% of the sales price. Bear in mind, while the market was starting to decline a little bit in our market last year. So that's us at 98%. Can you see that?
I do.
And our average days on market was about 36 days on the market. Now let's take a look at the Remax agent. They had 21 sales last year. And of those 21 sales, 3 of them did not sell. So they actually failed 3 times and the home expired. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Julia, what would happen if your home didn't sell and it sat on the market as long as these? Look at this one with 6 months.
I'd pay 6 months of house payments and be very unhappy.
Very unhappy, right? Do you think that they might have promised the seller the same thing?
I'm going to say probably yes. Probably.
Probably, right. A salesperson can promise anything, can't they?
They can.
Which do you trust more, an upfront promise or a documented history of results?
Well, I think I'm going to trust that you're correct there, and I appreciate you letting me know that. But they also said they would take a 30-day listing. So if they can get me more and they can do it in 30 days, that's still, that's 30 days. That's not 6 months.
You know what? I agree. If they can get you more and if they can do it in 30 days, I want you to call them right now and list with them. Okay, Julia? So let's take a look again. There's their 21 sales. What's their average days on market? It's about 95 days on the market, almost triple what my team and I average. So if they didn't sell any of these homes in 30 days, what causes you to believe they'll sell yours in 30 days?
Well, they told me they were really going to work hard at it. So I don't know. They just seemed like they really wanted to be here. They were so excited about it.
Definitely. So they had enthusiasm and they just said, hey, I can do this. I'm going to work hard for you.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Now, do you feel that they gave the same amount of effort to these other people?
I really don't know what they did for those other people. I had no idea. They didn't bring any of those stats with them.
Right. Why do you think that is?
Probably because they didn't get the home sold.
Probably, right? It's not good to start off a conversation and say, hey, I don't have a good track record. By the way, I'll do it in 30 days and I'm going to get you a higher price. That's probably not a good way to start a sales pitch, is it?
Probably not. That's probably why they didn't start with it. But they did sell my neighbor's house.
That's great, Julia. And as you can see, I've got that one listed here. But you know what? I'm curious. Has there ever been a time where a salesperson promised you something and they said they were going to do something and they were very enthusiastic, and at the end of the day, they just didn't get you the result, and come to find out later on, they didn't get results for a lot of other people either? Has that ever happened to you?
Not that I can recall, but I don't want it to happen to me now. So
So if your home sits on the market for longer than 6 months, how do you think that's going to feel?
Not good.
Not good. So why don't we do the right thing, Julia? Let's go ahead and list your home. Let's trust the proven results, and let's move forward on the action plan. Does that sound fair?
Well, I mean, are you going to guarantee that you're going to sell it? Can you guarantee that for me?
What I can tell you is that if we follow the process, we're going to get similar results. As you can see, all of these homes sold. They sold quickly, and they sold for a high price. Now, unlike some other salespeople who will promise whatever it takes just to get you to sign that contract, don't you want someone who's authentic and says, here's what I can promise you, and then seek to go above and beyond that? Isn't that the salesperson you want to do business with?
I do. Let's go ahead and sign it.
Perfect. Go ahead and initial here, and we'll get started today.
Awesome. So that's probably right there where I would put in the Diana Kokoska 5 Ps of real estate. That one never fails.
Yes.
That's where I would add the 5 Ps. Can you promise me that you're going to get it sold? And then I would go similar results, and I'm not just going to put a sign in the yard. I'm going to price watch. I'm going to prospect. I'm going to do this, this, and this.
Yeah, so why don't you, so list that again so anyone watching this can get that. So the 5 Ps, which is taught by Diana Kokoska, is price watch.
Well, the 5 Ps, the script, the total script for her, for that listing presentation
Go for it.
We're not a typical agency. We're not just going to place a sign in the yard and pray someone sells it. We're going to price watch. We're going to prospect. Or the 4 Ps. I think there's 4 Ps of real estate. There might be a 5th one that I'm missing. Oh, let's see. Place a sign in the yard. I know I've done this one 100 times. I literally have my
put it on the MLS
time and put it on the MLS. Yeah, put it on the MLS. Put a sign in the yard. Pray someone sells it. We'll price watch and prospect. So adding that price watching and prospecting and explaining to them how you're going to prospect. I have never failed at a listing presentation with that.
Yeah. I believe what Diana does is she says, you know, the traditional agent, and I'm not quoting her, but the traditional agent, they're going to put a sign in the yard, put it in the MLS, and pray that it sells. I do 2 additional Ps. I proactively prospect, and I price watch. Can I share what that means? And then so she kind of compares.
Right.
Great script. And so you're saying that one's the one where you have a lot of success with.
It is, and when I explain that what that really is to people, what price watching really is, and now that we have the command system do it for us, it's so easy. It's so much more easy. It's so easy.
Awesome. Well, listen, Julia, thank you so much for role playing with me. This was a great session. If you guys are watching this on Facebook, do me a favor, click like and comment below. What objection handler did you like most? Or what would you add to the ones we discussed? And if you're watching this from YouTube, again, click like on this and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Julia, it's been fun. Have a really good day, okay?
Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.